What's up, guys? Welcome back to another podcast. We are back, and this time Joey made it. No electricity outages. He's here.
Yeah.
We'll be here next week, though, right?
I'm not going to be here next week. No. I'm going to go on a family trip.
It's fine. It's fine.
But at least we know ahead of time, so we can
at 20 minutes before
actually...
the podcast. But,
well, that's when the power went out.
But anyways, guys, welcome back. And as usual, everything brought to us with help from Happy Little Hug Factory. If you guys want to visit them, visit the link in the description below, and you can pick up some pre-orders for the next set coming out. What was it called? Awakening of the Ancients. I haven't been reading up on it, really. And you can also pick up singles, and if you're looking to sell some singles, you can get rid of some of those as well. We need to help make that $80 a little more affordable for the box. And
yeah, it's $80, which is nice and cheap, and make sure you click that link in the description so they also know we sent you guys over, which just helps them and us at the same time.
Awesome to finish off with that until he started talking. And also the patreon.com/TCGscrubs, and we get a lot of help from those guys there, from upgrading equipment to maybe attending GPs or doing cool special videos. We'll see. And yeah, patreon.com/TCGscrubs. You also have a Patreon podcast that we upload over there, as well as some other fun little videos every now and then.
Yeah, and apologies on our main channel here of we haven't been doing as much content lately. It's been really busy for me personally with a lot of side projects, including some stuff you might have seen. I think we'll probably, but so we're trying to get back. Oscar's coming over to my house this week, and so we're hoping to film a bunch of stuff lined it up for the next couple weeks of some cool themes for you guys. So look forward to that.
Yeah, it's just been busy overall. Like, I've noticed the past few weeks, it's been like podcast news, and then that's it. Like, there's no gameplay that we usually do, which hopefully we can get some
other special stuff,
videos recorded. Yeah, but speaking of special stuff, I think there was an announcement you wanted to discuss that was made by Jeff in the US group, huh?
Yes, there was. So Jeff had shared a post from a Facebook page, and let me just pull it up here. And so the post reads, "Hello, everyone." And you know Jeff wrote this because you can read it. Easy and Jeff here. We hope you are all doing well. We have something to share with you today, and even more to share with you going forward. Please look forward to the details as the days come. Number one, bringing the world together isn't a dead dream. While the Forcible TCG may no longer be our project, we still want to bring the world together. In the coming weeks, we'll be slowly introducing some of our projects we'll be working on in the future. And he goes on to say that they've created My Will Studio, and that's the Facebook page is My Will Studio. We'll have a link in the description below. You guys should be sure to go and like that page so you can see updates from it. But I'll also be covering it in the news. They said their first and foremost thing for the company is sharing their vision of a positive and a community-based company. We hope to have many popular collaborations in the future with other companies that share their passion and dream. And they basically go on to say they need some time to prepare everything, and that they're excited for all this going forward. It has a cool little picture of, it might flash up on the screen if you don't. Come on, focus, focus, focus. Look at them. They look so happy. So that was exciting.
Yeah. The picture looks like it was maybe an older picture, though, because it looks like still at Force of Will. You see some, like, the banner in the very, very background looks like the banner for Worlds, as well as, like, the boxes of, like,
yeah, because Eiji wouldn't own any of that.
Yeah, I mean, he probably wouldn't. Why would he have it set up? You know, if you have it, it's boxed away somewhere. You're not gonna. Oh, here, put the banner up.
I'd set it up.
Yeah. Anyways.
So, and this goes back to something. If you notice, it's My Will Studio, and if you look, their full theme is My Will, My Game, which is the promotion they had run a while back with Cheshire Cats and Force of Will, and it goes back to the thing that Jeff had said where. Eiji technically still owns the IP for Force of Will, so he can do whatever he wants with Force of Will IP outside of the trading card game. He could do board games. I don't know if he could technically do other types of card games, like if he went to do a deck builder or something. I'm not sure what all the legality of all that, but it explains why the name is is something we've heard of before from Force of Will, because it technically is all stuff he would own, I would assume. I don't know, obviously, the specifics, but we don't know what they're doing, but I'm excited for it.
It'd be interesting to see, like, they take off, have investors saying, they're like, we're going to buy Force Will back.
That's just how it said. It'd be like, they get so big and then they buy Force of Will back. That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
But I'm excited because there's one of the things Jeff had mentioned is like Easy was still interested in doing things like that board game for Force of Will, the role-playing thing, and he still was passionate about things like architects and stuff like that. I don't know where all that falls under as far as intellectual property and all that, but I know Jeff was talking about how there's lots of ideas he had within the Force of Will company he wanted to do, and so now he technically is probably freed up to do a lot of that where he doesn't have that obligation to the main game anymore.
That'd be cool, especially like a well-structured like board game. That'd be fun to check out.
Yeah.
Even if it was just like the way the deck builders would play, like was it Heart of Crown?
Yeah, or something. I was thinking something more like Clank, so it's like a board game, but it uses the card strategy built within it, so you can have Force Will characters we're familiar with in token form and stuff, and a map that's a map of Ataraxia or something like that, and then you have your ever living cards decks that you're building throughout it. Be fun.
I'm kind of surprised Jeff is like jumping back into something so soon, because it sounded like he was kind of enjoying having the break and stuff, but.
I think he was burnt out from the corporate structure, but this is more of a passion project type of thing, where it's just like him and Easy against the world type of thing, which is a lot more. It isn't as big of a toll like me.
Maybe
I do a lot of video stuff for a couple different companies, but with the TCG scrub stuff, I mean, it gets tiring after a bit, but it never feels like, oh man, I'm getting burnt out off of TCG scrub stuff. Usually it's like, oh, this is fun to work on type of thing. So it's a matter of like where your passion lies and what's working with you guys versus working with like an actual company structure type of thing is different.
And I feel like when we had the special podcast with Jeff not that long ago, that he had even said he'd go back if they had the same mentality EG had, or if EG was there. So
true.
Sounds like he wants to do stuff either way. Also, I get the whole like burnt out thing. It's like, but it probably was like 2 months or a month since that happened, and it's like, cool, I'm ready to go. Like you don't realize how long maybe that is until it actually takes place.
Especially once you get used to that type of structure, even if you're burnt out, you get used to like constantly doing something, and so when you're not, you're like, well, now I'm just fiddling my fingers. I need something to do. So that's probably going to be me this week, but
well, I'll be there.
Yeah.
And we can play games.
I'm pretty excited.
But yeah, so that's all you had on that?
Joey, did you have any thoughts?
No, just that I'm excited too.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what they do.
Yeah. I'll keep you guys updated in the weekly news. I'll mention this obviously in the news for people who don't watch the podcast, but I'll be sure to watch it and keep up to date or with anything that's posted on the page or that we hear about. But I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah, and we talk about a lot of card game based stuff, and we go through. Sorry, it was to be a shout out to Colin, but he had to go. But I was gonna say is like we talked about in the news as well as the podcast of last week about Argent Saga. So some of you are like more familiar with it already. Well, they had a cool little announcement video come out. Actually, announcement with a video come out showing off that you can get a demo deck as well as their starter decks, which are like special starter decks that has original line art instead of the actual art. But Colin made that video, which I thought was pretty cool. We'll link in the description below so you can go check it out, see what you did.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
It's on the official ARG YouTube channel.
And the reason why I bring this up while we're talking about Force of Will right now is that it's something that you had been wanting to do with Force of Will, because they had stopped doing their little special trailers, and with better artwork or higher resolution artwork, you're able to pull something off like that, which shows what we could do if we had Force of Will. It's like either original or higher quality artwork.
Now I want to go.
Yeah,
look
if
at
you guys want to see like that video was very short notice, but you could see what I do even with short notice with like actual access to stuff. You guys will get a better idea of really exactly what I want to do with Force Will, but a little bit later on with something when certain stuff launches with Argent Saga. But I'm pretty excited with Argent Saga with what they're doing and everything, and as you see with that video, and they're doing the free demo decks as well as buying those early demo decks and all that stuff. I like how they're running everything so far.
I wouldn't call it early demo decks, but early edition starter decks, because they'll be completely legal
early
when
access.
everything comes out.
Yeah. I meant early access. Yeah.
And no, but cool video. like link in description. You can go check it out real quick and come back to this. If not, check out. I think it's on their main YouTube channel. You said, or what's it? Alter Reality Games or
Alter Reality Games YouTube channel. If you search that in YouTube, it should come up as like 30,000 subscribers or something like that.
It's also a little.
They don't upload often. Into
like what we had talked about this long ago, and the plans just fell through, and the lore ended. It looks like there's nobody writing it right now, but we were going to do like story like lore for Force of Will, and that's kind of like the style in which we would have had it looking too, like with the animated cards and whatnot. So that would have been
and also if you just Google Argent Saga card game on YouTube. I'm seeing YouTube. It's like a couple videos down and just called Introducing Argent Saga. But yeah.
So here's hoping that you get to make one for Force of Will someday.
Wow, someone disliked it. Wow.
Anyways, another thing that we had happen recently was WGPQ Charlotte, which had 50 players in total. And ruler breakdown I'll go through here was 13 Lucifer.
Wasn't it a 52 or 56?
I originally saw numbers saying 56, but when I finally saw the ruler breakdown, which was a picture Jeremy had where somebody was marking like the decks, I guess as they counted them through, and Steph had posted on Twitter, it was at 50.
Okay.
So it's kind of hard to say.
All right, continue. Click.
Yeah, someone tapping away.
I'm trying to be super...
Mute your mic. You have the exact same mic as me. I know you know how to mute it.
I didn't think about it.
All right, continue, Oscar.
Well, hold on. What does he mean by there's no image? Joey, you just say it.
On the website?
I don't know why he was being covert about that.
Under
like,
Season 5, it's like
so
it says image placeholder.
Yeah, as we go through it, guys, you can go to the website, tcgscrubs.com, go to top 8, go to Season 5, and you'll see at the very bottom WGPQ Charlotte. What he's talking about is, as of right now, the recording of this, I didn't put the image of who won the tournament, which I usually put the images there. I actually forgot about it until now.
Okay.
But it should be there by the time you're listening to this. Anyways, ruler breakdown. We have 13 Lucifer, 9 Brunhild, 8 Hanzo, 7 Kirik, 5 Gil, and then here's one of Aimel, Arthur, Adam, Isis, Lich, Loki, Tigress, and Time Spinning Witch.
I'm surprised about only one Tigress. I thought that would people would be like super pumped about that going into here,
That's
but maybe
really
people.
I mean, the handoff of it is like when people talked about Tigress and what the counter was. Everybody said Lucifer. So when you see 13 Lucifer and 1 Tigress, it's like everybody jumped on anti-panda train. Is what it looks like.
Yeah, I was gonna say like what, but did I miss something that like happened to Lucifer? Then that's why it's being played now. But I guess
everyone's been aware that Lucifer is good. For just from what I've heard, everyone's been aware of it. They're just staving it off as long as it could. It kind of like no one was really playing it. They're playing around it, and now that Pandas, I think, was the trigger of like, okay, we can finally break into this. But nothing's happened that made it suddenly good. It's always been good. Just now people are actually playing.
I've heard that forever.
Well, I know that one thing that people were afraid of was the Brunhild matchup because it's removing the Jones as compared to just sending to Graveyard. But I think with the fact that Brunhild had low turnouts, with Tigress the high turnouts, and that was their favor, that's also like that helped the switch.
Okay, so see, I mean I see that argument, but that should mean that in this top 8, like there shouldn't be a whole bunch of Lucifers because there's no Tigress. Like Brunhild is wins a match.
Yeah, there is a whole bunch of Lucifers in the top 8.
Huh?
There is a whole bunch of Lucifers. Okay.
No, he meant like with the argument I gave of like lower Brunhilds with higher Tigress, we have it the opposite. We have more Brunhilds than Tigress. Right. So Lucifer shouldn't have had as big of a chance as it did, but you look at top 8, it did. It's like 3 Lucifers, 2 Kiriks, a Loki, a Gil, and a Hanzo. I don't know. It was more, I guess,
spoilers,
just
Oscar.
We're already moving on to it. That's my segue.
There's a Loki in the top 8. What the fuck?
All right, so going on to the very first list.
This is it. He's probably listening to you right now, Joey.
Oh shit! It's Ryan Miles.
Pressure.
We have Ryan Miles from Team ARG running Loki.
Yeah, I just realized I didn't intro you guys when we came into this, but it's fine. They know who you are.
Hey guys, I'm Joe.
They had a whole argument about that on the Rooster Teeth podcast, whether to intro or not. They made some good arguments on why you don't need an intro, and I was like, oh yeah, they don't intro on like most things. But,
yeah.
But yeah, so it's a Loki deck that's machines, but also Mosasaurus and some other cards.
It's essentially a shake-up, right? Of, say, instead of Hanzo, you're Loki now?
Yeah, it seems very... It's super, super similar. I don't know what the exact, numbers are, but it's super similar to the Hanzo list that was running the same like package.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so, because it's also got 3 of the Super Mobile Fortress. I don't know if the other one ran 3 of those.
Yeah.
And it's also got 2 mystery boxes main decked.
Yeah, mystery box is really cool in this though. Like, that's one where the top, you get to play the top 5, right? Yeah, there's a lot of really good.
Yeah, Resonators and Additions
options
pretty much going to the field.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, this is super cool. I like the idea of Loki more because Loki can play his dinosaur surfacing easier, right? That he can play dinosaur surfacing easier with his free awakening.
So because you got your massive growth inside of your rune deck here, and that's really it as far as the awakening. Obviously, it has the I assume the stones for Loki that help with that as well. But yeah,
right, and then Loki herself gets the is able to like get the extra payment for the like dinosaur surfacing and stuff.
Yeah. But
special magic stone, do you have to banish it to get that? Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like.
But if
how
you're getting an early game Mosasaurus, it doesn't matter.
He's running a diverse evolution instead of consume because like consume is just so bad.
Yeah, and what was the other thing? So it's got the Lancelot, it's got the Donut Drones, and the side deck runs Mechanized Knights, which is pretty interesting. Skyfalls. I'm surprised Skyfall isn't being run more. Maybe it's just me, but I really like Skyfall.
I think
it could be consistency isn't as high if you're getting out Mosasauruses and IUs.
Think about it though. You got 4 Vivians, 4 Donut Drones, 4 Guinevere's, 4 Lancelots, and 4 Skyron Technicians, and I think those all trigger it, and Camelots. I just don't think it's something that they want to be playing. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I think Dragonlord's Breath is a better option is more flexible, especially with the Magic Stone at times. Like, it's a better removal option. Like,
possibly
a lot of the time. I will say I think Monstrosify is like super like underrated rune. It's like 1 cost, like turn something into an 8/8, I think, and then like you can block or do.
And since machines work off of counters, they get to keep those counters and just become these giant things. Especially since a lot of machines are lower stats, it helps with that a lot.
Yeah, I think it's definitely like underrated. Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty funny how machines are actually like pretty competitive right now without Arthur as their ruler.
Yeah,
Arthur is terrible. Yeah.
Well, I think it's crazy that they've shown it with Loki or Hanzo now Loki that you could run this and make top 8. And
yeah,
Arthur's done it. I think once, right?
No, I don't think so. Unless it was in cluster format. I don't know. But I think just like the overall package of machines is like really, really, really good.
Well, it is.
It's a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
Once you combo off with machines, it's just like the gift that keeps on giving over and over and over again, which is really good. Yeah. And I forget what its bad matchup is. I feel like, was it Kirik? Maybe Kirik is the bad matchup for it, but outside of that, it does really well.
So is this the first place list? Like, are you going first date?
No, this is
day 1.
Yeah, this is after Swiss.
Just day 1
placement.
Okay.
Yeah,
so do we know
day 2?
Who won?
It lost to Kirik, I believe.
Oh, okay. It's too bad. It would have been awesome to have a top.
No. Yeah, we have the final results. I don't have them on me here.
Okay.
But the website might be updated by then.
Oh, you're gonna update it? I know that
I'm just giving you cushion.
Yeah, Jesus.
I was saying I know that the final 2 and what it came down to, but we can start going through it. And we have the next one, which is a Lucifer list from Stuart.
This is stewards from Team
Rogue.
Team Rogue.
Rogue
What's
Rogue
the full
Guild.
name?
Rogue
Rogue
Guild.
Guild.
Yeah.
I went blank for some reason, but yeah, were all 3 Lucifers Rogues Guild?
I don't know, but I know 3 of 4 Rogues Guild made in the top 8. Is what it came down to.
Guess who got 9th?
Who?
Same person who got 9th last time.
Who was that?
It's I just blanked on his name. I'm pretty tired.
Will Luger. Who it happens to every time. Jeez.
Oscar's like, I already know the answer.
Yeah, I did. I knew he didn't know.
Well, yeah, I knew Oscar's gonna.
Relevant because I know.
He's like, hey, Colin couldn't remember the name of the team a second ago. This is gonna be pretty funny. No asshole.
Okay.
Anyways, so we got Lucifer. So it's cool to see Lucifer. Also sucks because Lucifer is a shitty deck to play against, so I'm kind of bummed out that that's going to become a thing, but we'll see. Luckily, at least, no, it's still bad. Yeah, it's going to suck to play against. But it's cool. It's running stuff like Skeleton, Horde, Contract Demon. Obviously runs the play set of Jean d'Arc. Real quick, let me look at their play set of... Oh, weird. Not even in their side deck. That's so weird, Oscar. That's so weird. Faith. They don't have any faith in darkness. That's so weird. It's almost as if it's a superfluous card.
It's not a superfluous because the deck doesn't want to run it.
No deck that's good warrants it. That's my whole point.
No, there are decks that warrant it. You shut your mouth.
That have made top 8?
Yeah. There were Faith in Darknesses in the top 8 decks.
No, I think the closest we got was maybe in the side deck.
No. We had a main deck top 8 in like the last...
Oscar?
The very last one.
I'm not sure which one it was, but there was one, and you made a point to point out, like, look, even they know you don't run a full play set because they had like maybe 2 or 3 that were in there.
I'm pretty sure
maybe
it was
1
Singapore.
or 2.
I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up right now.
Singapore doesn't count. So
what? No.
Yeah.
What? We have people from Singapore who listen, Colin. You want to explain why you're offending them right now?
I'm just saying, faith in darkness. They embrace the darkness. They just don't have faith in it.
Oh man, look at Colin. He's throwing out words. Anyways,
no, I acknowledged it. I acknowledged it several podcasts ago that it's not a great card because I had not whipped on it until more recently, but it hurts when you miss. It does hurt when you miss.
No, it's a good card. Just competitively, you want a deck that doesn't have any chance of missing stuff. You want a deck that's like you play a card and it does it guaranteed is the ideal competitive deck. And so Faith in Darkness.
That's why you forge your deck around not missing.
First of all, Joey, you were on Colin's side when he was pointing this out just a few weeks ago. And now you're flipping to the other side just because Colin started off on that side. Now you want to be on the other side. Listen,
I took
how many 2-drops do I have in my deck? I have so many, and I still missed on it, is all I'm trying to say. And it's just the possibility of missing. You can't structure a deck unless it was 4 of that card and like nothing but 2-drops, and that's all you ever ran. And maybe you're never gonna miss it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what my deck is.
Yeah, it's a crappy deck.
You guys haven't even played the deck. Oscar doesn't play me anymore, so he wouldn't know.
But anyway, so it's a lot of stuff you'd expect out of a Lucifer deck. So
I gotta see.
It's got Raise. It's got Playset of Estima, Blazers, Belial. Look at Corruption, Glints of Insight, Embrace of the Darkness, No Darknesses, which is cool to see again. Spider's Web, Scar's Vision, Black Tears. Main deck's 1 Black Tears. Sideboard, it runs White Leaf, which I thought was kind of cool. It also sides into Lich if you need to. And got some. I got Grim of the Crimson Moon, which I thought was pretty cool.
I want to point something out that I did on my Lucifer list back when I've been running it, right? That I did unintentionally, and I realized, this is why you do it. I ran the Rhea Stones to gain the counters because I had was it Dark Riding Hood that flipped?
Yeah.
But I didn't, and I also ran Glint of Insights, but it never clicked to me to utilize him with Glint of Insights. That's why I'm
Glint is like the best. It's like you need to play Look of Corruption, and then once you actually know what's in their hand, then Glint of Insight becomes like the best discard.
Well, even if you do Glint of Insight, resolve it, then remove the counters to play it again, then you know what's in their hand the second time around.
But then you miss on your Glint of Insight, Oscar. You can't miss on a card.
But it's the only thing you have.
If you miss, huh?
But what if it's the only thing you have in hand?
Well, then I don't know. Then I guess
Exactly.
play it, but then
don't know.
you're just.
No.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I agree with you. I'm saying that
Next-
Colin is dumb.
Yeah, next is we have Steven.
Next list is identical.
Yeah.
I believe he's on Team Rogues Guild as well, which they're really doing a great showing. Two events, and they're topping both events with multiple people each time, which is really cool.
See, Colin, this is hold on. Which
It's nice to have an actual I know we've had this before, but it's nice to actually go back to multiple teams that are competitive, vying for top spots and stuff. Is really
That's true.
cool.
Colin.
Here's a go ahead.
Okay, were you talking about the Stewart's list compared to Steven's list?
Yeah, he's comparing them.
Okay,
There's a
because
card difference.
yes, there's a card difference because Colin just passes him by.
Yeah, I know.
Stewart's list plays Faithful Vampire,
Yeah.
which is super cool.
And that's the one with stacking. Wait,
Yeah.
I wasn't even talking about Faithful Vampire.
Oh, but which one are you talking about?
It's the one of. Why does it say 3 here? Who did this list? No, I'm just kidding. Is it just shift
Scarlet's-
over? So the
Scarlet's
one that
vision?
stacks drain. Is that Faithful Vampire?
Yeah.
Oh, the image only shows
Yeah.
one.
Oh, well, you're typing.
I didn't make these
Just
lists,
3.
so
But yeah, no, that's cool. I like the stacker is pretty cool.
Faithful Vampire.
Very underused.
Well, I thought I was like, oh, 3 of them. Like that's pretty cool. That's a fancy.
no, I think it's a one.
fancy thing.
I don't know why that 3 is
Yeah.
there.
It is. Okay. Well, it's very, very, very super similar then.
Yeah.
I thought Faithful Vampire was enough of a out of left field card that I was like, oh, I really want to point it out. And it's a pretty cool card.
Yeah. Next up, we got a Hanzo list. So, is this what's different about this compared to the Hanzo list we've seen before? Joey.
Joey, I was.
I'm looking at it. Well, no, I was trying to mute my mic, but at the same time, you guys are asking me questions.
I
people in
do.
the
I really
background are
like
screaming.
Jesus. 6 Jesus statues is such a good card. Now that I've
I
played
think
with
it's.
it.
Oh yeah, I know. Jesus, I called they were gonna become they were gonna be seen play. I'm really surprised fairies they're playing the 2 fairy the Lost Isles they're coming back. It seemed like people had dropped them in the previous decks as people started playing more, and then this one's back, has 2 of them back. You usually don't play Elemental Blast. Everything else is pretty much common.
I
Like
feel
the
like-
table flip playset.
I feel like
Just different numbers.
At GP Berlin, though, there was Elemental Blast in a lot of the guild lists.
Were there?
Yeah,
Wait, this is a Hanzo list,
right.
right?
What did I just
You
say?
said in the guild list.
Sorry,
Okay, list.
maybe you're right then. There's the difference.
I was just like, I'm confused.
Yeah, we caught it though.
I like
We
this.
caught it.
The side deck's got Jupiters, which is nice, and
Uprisings. I like Uprisings.
Winds of Salvation. And they got their rune stories. Their place as 7 disciples, so they're putting a lot into there. So, yeah, it's pretty interesting deck. Probably be pretty fun to play against, I think.
Yeah, it's really oh Colin. It's really interesting to see the stuff come back that a lot of the Hanzo decks started dropping the sandstorms and the rapid fire Miis, and then this one has it. So I don't know, maybe it's person specific. There's not one agreed upon rune combo or rune deck, but I'm just curious if it's if it's because of the more Lucifers, or because of the more more pandas and getting flooded. They were oh, I'm gonna need my rapid fire and sandstorm combo because of these pandas that are coming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It could be.
interesting. Just think about it.
It's interesting that'd be main deck though instead of side deck, but for anything that's in the main deck, could be a counter, but obviously it worked. The next one's interesting because it's the 3rd Lucifer deck. I don't believe this is Rogues Guild, so it's a different deck.
No, this is the one that ended up winning though.
Is it?
Technically, what ended up in final 2 was Aaron versus Sam, and Aaron, conceded to Sam, so Sam could get his unpaid invite.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So it at least got top 2.
Yeah. The notable differences, there's obviously quantity differences, like play set of Ray instead of 3, and same with the discard cards like Glint and Look of Corruption, but it also runs March of the Dead, which I don't think the other one did, Majin Dark Elf, Sword of the New Moon. It main decks Grim of the Crimson Moon instead of side decking it. It runs Life Severing Blades as well, and then, like I just said, change the quantities around on a bunch of the other cards. Yeah. And the side deck, it added in Command of Life and Death, in addition to the White Leaf, like was before, and another Grim of the Crimson Moon. And it side decks No Darkness instead of main decking it, and some other changes like that. So it was interesting that it added in some cards, and then everything else was kind of the same, but it like switched if it was side or main deck, and then adjusted the quantities and everything like that. So I'd be curious to know like what those two different players play tested against that caused these sort of differences. Like, was this player like played against like say Panda a lot, and they were like, oh, it keeps losing, adjust. All right, here's the perfect thing. Whereas this person play tested against Keurig a lot, and they're like, adjust. Here we are, and that's why you get some cross. But you know what I'm saying.
I know if anybody wants to like watch the stream, at least the day 2 stream where top 8 played out, you can go check it out. Ruler School channel. It's in his list of videos. But at the very end, Jeremy did talk with him, and he was talking about, like, for one, he had mentioned the Orpheus in his sideboard that he never really got any real use out of them. I think he said he played it once, but it was removed immediately because the opponent saw through what he was trying to do. I forget what that card does. And also the fact that he ran, what's that J Ruler card, killing card right there in his rune deck?
No,
he ran that over...
in the rune deck.
Yeah, he ran that over the Jet Black Wings, which the other Lucifer decks were running, and he kind of wishes he could switch that up type of situation, because Black Rosario, while it's good, is I think in certain situations not as useful as, say, Jet Black Wings.
Well, in this format, J Rulers, Jet Black Wings gives -6 to the field.
Yeah.
Okay.
In this format, J Rulers aren't as big of a threat as flooding and resonators and stuff like that, so I can see that. Black Rosario is really cool and strong, but it's better just to like potentially field wipe or severely hinder your opponent's field rather than just a single target after they've spent 4+ will to judgment.
I think I'm interested in whether or not like the Rose Guild players were like running Jet Black Wings for like pandas in particular, like because they kind of know where that like toughness level is at. Or you know what they were looking at reasoning for playing that instead of Black Rosario, because I would side more on the Black Rosario side personally, just because I think Black Rosario is like super really good.
I got to real quick. I gotta go because Melissa's home and I gotta go get food. So I'll let you guys continue.
Okay.
With this conversation.
Alrighty.
But I'll be back for the mini podcast for anyone watching. But sorry, but I gotta go.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Alright, and that's where everybody can throw in the comments, #whipped.
I was just gonna say that. So.
Anyways, yeah, no, I was looking through the I'm trying to go through the database right now, just looking for like hitting a -6 on the field, which hits the whole field, what you're actually hitting, and trying to think of like what is relevant. I mean, Jizo statues without the counters is a 6/6, but it's usually gonna have the counters on it, I guess.
Yeah, because they drop in there as 6/6, huh?
Yeah. Estema is a 6. I don't know. It's hard to say. Obviously, we don't know. But if anybody knows in the comments, you can throw that below as well.
Yeah, we've had a lot of good people pointing out why people are running, these decks are running those kind of stuff after we've already gone through this and everything. So that's been really nice.
And yeah, especially how they really rub it in there, like, wow, you guys don't know this? You dumb? Thank you.
Yep. I'm really glad Contract Demon is making showings. I think it's a great card. It's such good. It's a great like draw potential. It has a body like That combined with like Astema is like just really, really nice. Yeah, it's really good.
Now I know they said that the technical winner was Aaron due to, I think, the way time rules work or something like that. I didn't catch it 100%. But Aaron's list is the next list up, and he was running Gil. And, I did get to watch a little bit of the finals play and seeing kind of how things are going and like the usefulness that each of the Leafs had with is it Paladin, the Leaf Paladin?
Yeah, Leaf Paladin.
And which is really cool. I mean, just seeing them like having to flash them in and using as a fifth element and things like that. Because I don't think I'd actually seen Gil list play. I actually had never run a Gil before, unless we did like structured deck versus structured deck back when he was announced type of thing. But it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I saw one or two games of Gil played, and it's a pretty complicated deck. Once you kind of like deactivate and get all of your stuff online, it really comes into its own with like searching out crazy stuff. Actually, it's a really strong deck, especially like Fifth Element is like one of the better one cost removal spells once you've like kind of gotten a lot of Leafs in your hand and stuff. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I know like going into game 2, like one card they said that Aaron here would be signing in was probably Null Page to answer the Jones to help him from coming back over and over again.
Which answering what? The Jones?
Yeah, with Null Page.
Right, no, but what are the Joan of Arc. Okay. Yeah. I was like, what are the Jones, Oscar? What? I was so lost. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I'm not surprised. Like, Null Page is a really good sideboard card. I used to, I think a lot of people used to start playing it in Sherry, like main deck and stuff, like, like 20 iterations ago. But I'm not surprised it's like coming back. A lot of these cards that like you would never really think of.
Zach Tufford, his was the first one to run the Null Pages I remember from a GP.
Oscar with dropping the knowledge. I always thought Null Page was like, once you start looking at it and realizing that it it starts to like shut out your opponent's options. Like if you Null Page one of their creatures and then they end up drawing it, like that's a dead draw. You draw another one, that's another dead draw. Mm-hmm. Like it's really good. Yeah, that's a good.
We'll keep it moving. We have Carrick up next. Shane Collins gone. He's definitely the Carrick player here.
Oh yeah, Colin loves Carrick. He plays so much Carrick now.
So, you guys are really the ones who are good at going over these.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going through it.
But Majin Dark Elf, obviously, with the Null Stones, dropping them in.
Yeah, it has some pretty good stuff. I mean, Carrick lists, like, they always, so many of them like just flip flop back and forth, and like people play this, some people play this, some people are, I've seen people play the 3-cost like multiple pigs. What's that one? The 8/8 with swiftness, and when it dies, you get to search your deck for more whole pigs.
Squadron, right? Pig Squadron.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah. I noticed that this one has like, and because I know only remember this because everybody's always discussing in like other like in Ruler School podcasts or on Facebook about sideboarding the tournament with the bracelet, but this one's just straight up mainboarded the bracelet.
Yeah, I think that's super awesome. Yeah. I think the thinking is that with Lucifer coming in and with Pandas coming in, like you're not going to be missing on your martial arts tournaments, hopefully anymore. So.
And how does martial arts tournament work again? I forget.
So, let's say I have PL, right, and I play her. Okay, let's say I have like my ideal draw, and I don't know how you're supposed to play Carrick, but this is so I would play like I would play turn 2. I would play Ground and Air Supremacy for 1, and then I would get PL onto the field. I'd pay my 5 strength counters or whatever, and then I'd play martial arts tournament targeting her. and at the same time I would burn, or before that I would burn my 2 strength counters to make her a 9/9, right?
Okay.
So martial arts tournament comes out, and your opponent reveals cards from the top of his deck until he reveals a creature. If the creature has a higher power, your PL dies. If it has a lower power, you get to attach the Hero's Bracelet to PL. Does that make sense?
I got you. And creature
So because-
meaning resonator.
Huh? Yes. Yeah. Sorry, I've been like
Playing
that
so
kind of
much
magic.
Magic.
Yeah, so much magic. No, actually, not really. But so the idea that, you know, when I first started playing it, was basically like, oh, I can play PL and I can make her like a 9/9, and there's not a lot of creatures that right now that are going to be able to have a higher power attack than 900. Like pretty much everything besides I think Belial and Lucifer that they draw is going to be less attack than 900. Gil is gonna Gil has Gil, so there is a possibility to miss, and that's, you know, Hanzo has Karura, Brunhild has what's her name, Mistletoe. So there's definitely stuff out there. It's just the idea is that you shouldn't miss a whole lot. And because it gains +4/+4 swiftness and barrier and precision, you get to attack in with that PL like as soon as it comes out, and then it's like protected, and it's really nice. It's also why I liked Flying Dragon too, because Flying Dragon can also become a 900 attack as well. So like ideally you could do the same thing. But yeah. So that's the idea. That's what martial arts tournament does.
Okay.
It's risky. Like if they happen to if they happen to reveal something that has like, you know, one of their bigger resonators, then you're down 2 cards an entire turn, probably like 7 strength counters or 5 strength counters if you did the combo that I was talking about.
Right.
But you know, I don't know exactly how Welser might work with it.
Yeah.
I'm actually really curious if Welser could like copy the martial arts tournament, because that'd be pretty hype. Can he?
I don't know. I'd have to read the card again.
I'd have to read
double
through
check,
Welser.
but
Because that'd be cool. Like drop Welser with his God's Art for like 2, and then play 1 martial arts tournament, and then attach another one, and that's like, what's Welser's base attack? Is it 12 or like 15?
I think it's 12.
At 12, so he'd be like that's 2,000 damage if he could get in. That's super good.
Pulling up Buster right now.
Yeah.
14.
14. So it could be possibly 2,200 damage. And does he copy chance?
Yeah. Whenever
So
you
I
play a
think
chant, copy it. You may choose new targets for copying. This ability triggers once per turn.
So it would be a super cool combo to play, you know, 2-cost Welser, martial arts tournament on him, copy that martial arts tournament, and grab 2 Heroes Bracelet. Maybe that's the play. Maybe that's what they're trying to do. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a Keurig player, but that would be really, really good combo. But yeah, you know, other stuff like high speeds were just really good. Power Spike, Play Dead. It seems like they're not playing as many Play Deads as other variations were.
Yeah, I mean, there's one more list at the very bottom here. We'll go over at the same time.
Another Keurig.
This one actually runs, I think, a lot more cards, isn't it? Yeah, 4 more cards, 3 more cards, 5 more cards.
It's a 45 card deck.
Yeah. No, it's a 46 card deck.
Okay.
The other one ran 41.
Okay. It definitely makes sense because, I mean, with Keurig's ability to like search out all of his battle arts, I think it's, you know, it makes a little bit of sense what he's doing. Interesting. Yeah.
I mean, blue leaves in the sideboard is pretty cool. I figured that's to bounce Jizo's statue, but that's just delaying it at that point, right?
No, it's delaying it, but with with a Keurig, like that's all you really need.
Just a little bit of time.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
yeah.
Anything else you want to point out about this list, or you want to go ahead and wrap that one up?
Nah, I think I'm good. I mean,
it was a pretty cool event. I got to catch it on stream every now and then when I was busy Saturday, but tuning in here.
What does Firebird do? I've never. It's a card, unless you like wrote something down wrong. At the very bottom of the main deck, it says two Firebirds.
I don't know. It's like a burn or search card. It's one of his battle arts.
Okay. Huh.
Let's type in Firebird.
He's got an Earthquake Observer on his sideboard.
That's one
so
cost
funny.
chant. This card deals 400 damage to target J/Resonator. If this card was awakened, players cannot chase to it, and it deals 600 damage instead. And awakening is removing 4 counters.
4 string counters?
Yeah.
That's a lot. That seems good though. It's just more burn.
I mean, it's just what more answer for a Jizo, because doesn't Jizo hit the field as a 6/6 and then gains counters from that point?
Yeah. But I mean, you probably... I don't know what you want to do versus Jizo, because...
No, because it leaves a 7/7, so...
Yeah. And
it's not a quick cast card.
Yeah.
I don't know. Obviously, we need to play more games to be able to maybe better. At least I do, to better identify a lot of these lists.
I think it's just more burn damage that they want to put down.
Probably.
But yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. That's all
so
we got
2
for
Keurigs
there.
made it into here. That's pretty nice. I like that Keurig's still like alive and well. He's kicking. People.
I like the how do you phrase it, like how mad, or like you guys, I keep telling you that Ryan Miles gets about Keurig's even topping, and he was like, okay, how about this? I think he had a posting, I'll run Keurig in Minnesota so that nobody else will run it, and you all make counters to counter me, okay? So
I'm super curious actually, because I know Colin has this theory of like, well, there's 7 Keurigs, so we're gonna see at least one like top 8, just because like it's like the law of enough Keurigs like at the event, one of them is gonna like magically get like a really good path to top 8, and they're just gonna top 8 that way.
Yeah,
like that's his little pet theory.
Yeah. But we'll see. I forget. I think the next event is Minnesota, and that's in April, 25th weekend.
It's pretty exciting.
I believe that's Easter weekend, but we'll see. I have to see what other events are coming up.
Mm-hmm. I would just like to say, GPs are like so much better with, like, I hope to God that they don't, like, that the new Forcible doesn't like mess up this. Because I really like, maybe like the total attendance isn't as high as it could be, but like I really like the breakdown and like the type of decks getting in, and like the Pandas got in, so then people went to Lucifer to counter Pandas. Like, it's exactly what Jeff was talking about when he was talking about his ideal balance. So I'm really glad that it's happening for him.
I am too. Also, next event is in Paris. It's March 30th and 31st. But so we'll see how it
it's
continues.
next weekend.
There. Yeah.
That's like, well, next weekend.
I was gonna say it's not next weekend.
It's not next weekend.
No,
it's next weekend, as you guys would call next weekend.
What? We're not talking about that here. It took me a second to process what you're telling me right now. Anyways, I like where we're at now too as well, and I'm trying not to stutter. I'm just stuttering everywhere. I'm currently working on all the old lists and kind of getting them in order of what season they were from, and based on their event location. They're sorted by event locations and year. I'm just trying to figure out, because there was a mix-up on which season we were on, so I got to readjust that. But anyways, I'm going through and I'm looking at these lists, and it was just like, it's just all these same decks, and like, you I forget already this far into it, like how much of that we went through. Where it's like, what was top 8? Oh, it was like 9 or 8 Bahama's, or you go, oh, it was top 8, and it was like, oh, it was like 6 Sherrys and 2, I don't know, whatever Sherry was.
Yeah.
Not taking up like IUs, 2 IUs back then. So I do like it. I do like where it's at, and it's not just the rulers with rune, even though it's a majority.
Yeah, that's actually nice too.
Everybody is, from what I can tell, I don't see much negativity towards it. Everybody is enjoying the runes and rune decks, and divinity, and the way all that's working. Of course, we don't know anything for sure until like the company's like, oh, here's the next cluster or whatever like that. But like as Jeff had kind of phrased it, and I agree with him, is like this rune thing was just like, oh, it's meant for the gods of Valhalla, you know, and every set has, or cluster has always had its like gimmick, I guess we can say.
Yeah.
So I do believe that unless they do something that makes it work out,
we're probably gonna lose.
We're not gonna see that next. Yeah. Which would mean that they would, I don't know if it's, because I'm saying here that old rulers without the rune deck are making it, but I would also assume like they would have to make them slightly more powerful rulers, or we see the return of like front side abilities, which we haven't seen as much. You know, I mean, I know Kirik has his tap and gain counters or remove counters and search type of thing, but things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like where you're getting more front side abilities than your J ruler side abilities.
Yeah.
Or at least J ruler functionality abilities. All these new rulers just in turn do one thing or continuously do one thing.
Yeah. Basically all the power is like front loaded into their runes and stuff. There were a couple rulers that are still like available that have like front side loaded abilities. Like the most popular to my mind is Fair, even though he's like not seeing play at all anymore. Yeah, but, you know, he still has a really nice front side ability.
You know, looking at Fair in our locals, like I'm like, dude, Fair could probably do really good because everybody in our locals like runs machines. I don't know what I was thinking about that made it sound like it was a better matchup to play a Fair deck, but there's something going on there, and I was like, oh man, I could totally wipe them out. Let's just make a good Fair list.
I don't know, because I don't think Fair does like especially well against machines. But.
You know, sometimes I'm just really late at night and I'm just laying there in bed, like just off the walls. So it's probably
Fair versus machines. That's it. Oh gosh, I'm gonna come to locals and just destroy.
But no, that's all we got for today.
Yeah,
we'll go ahead and move over to Patron Podcast, where we'll be talking about something that I don't know. We'll have to see. And we'll see you guys next time. Thank you for listening.
Thanks for watching.
And bye.
Tell Colin he's a lame-o or something.
Yeah, do that.
So that he's like, oh no, what did I miss in the podcast? Okay.
Bye.